Yeah, I just started Splunk today, so don't ask me questions about Splunk though. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure it out actually.
How's it going though? That's
It's
fun
still
fact.
flashing, but it's letting me do the commands. And then I went with, was it Napoleon?
Yeah.
It said, watch the videos first and then go back and redo. So I'm like, oh, actually, that's what we did with the labs before. So I'm like, okay, let me do it that way. So I started going back and just trying to watch your videos first. And then I'm like, okay, we'll attack it later. I still don't know why it's doing the flashing thing. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I don't know. But we'll take a look at it. I swear.
Sure.
But you all, for everybody who just joined in, Deepa was in our last class. She did pretty good. She's Security Plus certified now, and she's actually in the Splunk class. So if you all have any questions for her, feel free to. I mean, this is a good opportunity to ask her. You can also reach out to her on Discord too. She's pretty cool, pretty friendly too. So I would definitely ask her as many questions as you have, especially about the exam. She's fresh. She just took it. Sorry, I'm putting you out there, Deepa.
I was going to say no pressure, right?
Hey, what's up, Deepa? My name is Matt. I'm in the Security Plus class now.
Hi, Matt. Nice to meet you.
You too. I have a question because sometimes
Uh-oh.
when I'm like answering these quizzes or I'm doing labs, I like unconsciously say things out loud, right? And when you take the exam, is it true that you can't like speak or do too much because you'll be not disqualified, but
Yes, that is actually correct because what they asked, because I took it online at home and I had to clear out my desk. I had allergies. I had a tissue box. When the proctor came online, he had me hold my laptop and show around the desk. I had a pen holder and a tissue box, and he made me remove both. Like there cannot be, and I couldn't talk. You can't read the question out loud. So you kind of have to just read it to yourself in your mind, which was hard for me because I do what you do. I read out the question out loud, but I read the same thing that you couldn't. I'm like, I'm not taking the risk. So I didn't read it out loud. I just kept reading it to myself like 3 or 4 times before I answered it.
yes, that would be me. That helps. I'll just start practicing that now because
Yes. And do everything Toby tells you to do. That's all I'm going to keep saying. Seriously, he knows what he's
Oh,
talking
yeah, oh yeah, that's just a life lesson for me. Yeah, just do everything that Toby tells.
Yes, but at the end, when he's talking to you about the exams and the resumes, do what he's telling you. I
Gotcha.
kid you not, he does not lie. Like it's whatever he said was going to happen, happens.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah.
trying to. I got to keep that up. But and I've been
You're on
trying
a
to post
roll,
some.
Toby.
I'm trying. I've been posting some things that other recruiters have been saying in that channel too, so people can see that it's not just. Oh, I'm not sharing the screen.
Oh yeah, I
It's
saw
not
that.
just, yeah,
The one from today, I saw that.
yeah, yeah. All right, so Deepa, this is gonna help you to, especially where you are in your stage right now. Ms. Joker, this will help you. And anybody else in class who, Rachel, you got your resume done, and anybody else, Princess, you too, anybody else who has their resume done, you could use what I'm getting ready to talk about to help you. Um, I'll send you the link on Discord so you have it. But this right here is pretty much uh, a general step-by-step process of how to prepare and handle an interview. All right, there are a bunch of different methods out there, or you can find some on Google. There are thousands of people who've made YouTube videos on how to get past an interview. This is just from an online security perspective, okay? This isn't the end all be all, but this is a very effective way to preparing for an interview and using it to capitalize on different opportunities. We have students who've done it. This isn't everything they've done, okay? Most of it is, I mean, all of it is on our Discord. This is just some of it, right? So that's a general synopsis of it. right? It's going to take you through, this is all on GitHub, right? It's publicly available for everyone to use it. I was actually supposed to release it around Christmas as a Christmas present, but the holidays just got busy. So some of this is going to look familiar to you deeper, Ms. Joker, because this is some of the things that's already on Discord. However, the new things like the story points, that's the main meat to potatoes of this. So the first phase, right, your interview workflow, this interview workflow right here, all that information is under this document. This README file that we're looking at is more so a table of contents. Okay, it's just explaining what you're going to be looking at once you click into these documents. So if you wanted to look at the story points, here's a brief introduction of those story points. So that's really what I want to talk about today. Okay, the interview workflow, I want you all to go through that. The elevator pitch, something that you're going to use to market your skills to a recruiter and to everybody else throughout your interview status. The story points, these are going to be a big deal, right? They're going to be a big deal. I'm going to say that for last. Technical questions, there are some that are in here, but obviously you want to tailor your technical questions to the job that you're preparing for, right? For that role. Okay, so you don't want to look at a SOC analyst technical questions if you're preparing for a help desk role. And then finally, make sure you have questions to ask. This is going to be super important, right? Because this gets you remembered. They remember you, right? It helps for people to remember you when you ask them questions, especially if they're good questions. And it also shows that you want to be involved with this. You care, right? You care enough to ask questions about what you're getting into. It gives a feeling that you're invested into this decision. This isn't just another gig to you. So have those questions. This may seem like a lot to do per interview or per position, however you want to look at it. And it is a lot, right? It is a lot to get into the field. It's not just a hopscotch or you just saying, hey, I want to get in. It is a lot. You have to do all these things, right? To effectively get into the field. This isn't the only way, but this is one of the most effective ways that's working. Okay, so please use this. If you feel like it's a lot, then just break it up into steps, right? Do it brick by brick. Don't try to attack everything all at once. So really want to jump into the story points here. This is something that comes from Amazon's leadership principles. This is what they use to do for their interviews, right? If you would ever go for an Amazon interview, it would be structured based off of these Amazon leadership principles. These are some of them, right? Like customer obsession is a leadership principle at Amazon. Ownership is a leadership principle at Amazon. Invent and simplify. This is all public information. Okay, they're telling, and you can click this link here for more information on that. But these principles, they're going to ask you questions around these principles, and your answers are obviously gonna be centered around the principle, but it's also, your answer should also highlight your technical capabilities. Highlight your technical capabilities to resolve problems, to answer these questions here. So customer obsession. This is a question that comes from Amazon. Give me an example of a time when you did not meet a client's expectation. What happened and how did you attempt to rectify the situation? Well, your answer obviously is going to be centered around customer obsession. But while you're giving that answer, you need to intentionally highlight how you technically solved this answer. How did you technically rectify the situation? Talk about the tools you used to rectify the situation. Why did you use those particular tools and maybe not something else, right? And then the outcome of this, measure the outcome in use some type of metric, right? So let's say you did something and it increased visibility by 15%, by 10%. Okay, but don't just leave it as 1 or 2, 3 sentences when you're answering these questions at interviews. You need to go into details. Don't be afraid to take time. Have fun with it, elaborate, and make sure it's from a technical perspective. Don't be all over the place, just throwing jargon out there. Make it app relatable to the position, right? Don't talk about your Terraform skills if it's not being used at the position. Talk about what they're looking for. If they care about Splunk, talk about Splunk. Use your Splunk background to answer these questions, right? If they care about Active Directory, then use your Active Directory backgrounds to answer these questions. Okay, not every company is going to ask you these questions, right? These are Amazon type of questions. However, you should already just create these story points. Create these story points and just keep them in your holster, right? And when you get to an interview and they start asking you similar types of questions, because a lot of interviews are asking behavioral type questions, situational based questions. If you have these already stored, you can, right? If you have it and practiced it and have it some way or some form memorized, I don't know, just be able to speak on the fly with it. But if you can do that, you can alter this. You can alter this per interview. You can alter this per question, but in order to do it effectively and swift on, like right then and there, you have to practice it, right? You got to write these out first, right? And to write these out, that's going to take time, because now you have to sit down and really think about the tools that you've used and how you use them to show that you can solve how you gave a simple solution to a complex problem, right? Or how can you technically tell somebody about a time when you were wrong? Okay. And let's go through one of these. See, this for those in the Splunk class, right? Tell me about a time when you gave a simple solution to a complex problem. Well, you would talk about, hey, at your employer, let's say Online Security, one of our Splunk engineers had a continuous task. Can I drop this down? No. Had a continuous task to create new Splunk dashboards for new data sources. Each customer was ingesting. Why was this problem complex? Because the number of customers were growing, the number of data sources were growing, and the number of engineers stayed the same. In other words, the engineer was overwhelmed with this task and had issues prioritizing other tasks needing his attention. When the engineer brought this to you, you immediately had a simple solution working in mind, and that was to automate his process with a few Ansible playbooks, right? Now you're talking about some technical skill that you use to solve this problem. Okay, the engineers didn't have any scripting skill to know any automation tool well enough to automate the process. So you took some time out of your day, right? You took some time out of your day, made some sacrifices to create a few playbooks that they could use to deploy apps and restart respective client search heads. All that's going to make sense for you all in the Splunk class, right? These playbooks are managed in Git, right? You're talking about another tool that you have experience with. And your results, as we all know, as a result, this gave the engineers more time to focus on other tasks. Okay, you would obviously go, this is just an example, right? You would go into a little bit more details if you could, but this is okay. This is okay. These are starting points. I'm challenging you all, especially those in the Splunk class, those who are already Security Plus certified. I'm challenging you all to go here and use these story points to create your own. Have it ready. This is gonna, you are going to help yourself so much by doing this. When you get to the interviews, you know you do well based on your confidence level. You know you're going to do well based on your confidence level. And what's going to make you more confident? Practicing, studying, practicing. You go to an interview, you use this entire workflow here, and you have these story points ready, just ready to shoot out at the instantaneously, like, yo, boom, customer obsession, boom, rectify situation, boom. What else you want? Okay, let me get now we're going to get to the questions that I have, right? Your confidence level increases with this. Increase your chances by having these story points ready. If anything, I think these story points are one of the most important things to have for any interview. For any interview. And the crazy thing is, this was already public information. Amazon put this out there years ago. Okay. We're just bringing it to you in a structured format for you to use for wherever you are. Any questions on this, y'all?
Toby, will this be like accessible to us to view in your security fundamentals class?
Yeah. I can't let y'all touch that just yet.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm playing. I'm playing. Yeah,
Okay.
yep. I'm gonna post it in there right now.
Okay, cool. 'Cause it's definitely good information.
Yeah. Go. Hey, what's up, Chris?
What's up, Toby? What's up, everybody?
Chris
Hey.
is another former student. He was actually in Deepa's class. He's Security Plus certified too. So congratulations again, Chris.
Thank you, Toby.
All right. So Chris, you definitely want to check this video out later. We talked about we went over this repo that we shared in a little bit more details. Tried to make it quick so the video wasn't too long, but definitely go back and check this out. All of this is going to be key to capitalizing on different employment opportunities. I'll send you the link again, but it is I think it was in the O2 channel or the O3. I think it was in O2. But yeah, man, we're just wrapping up. We're about to call it a night unless anybody had any questions. Hey, Chris, are you good to go on your Splunk course? You squared away?
I am squared away. I'm good to go. I can't thank you enough.
All right, man. Chris is finally spunking, so we're good now. We're good. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching this. If you'd like to get in on one of our Cyber Thursday sessions, you want to get live on the Zoom, just leave a comment. If you'd like to get into one of these classes, just hit up olinesecurity.com. You can register for our Splunk Incident Response course or our Security Fundamentals course. Depends on your career path, what you're trying to do. But definitely check out the website. Class, thanks for dropping in today. I'm gonna see you all on Monday. Chris, Deepa, just message me if you need help. And I will see you all later.
All right, I got you. Hey, Toby, send me the link and I'll get on and watch this.
All right.
Thanks, Toby.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.